Hi, everyone. For the returning and new facilitators, we're so excited to have you today to learn about our new Hackergal program and our new hackathon program and our new curriculum. So I will start us off with the land acknowledgement. We are coming to you from the ancestral lands of the Ottawandaron people, which more recently have become the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We acknowledge that the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabeg Neutral people, Anishinaabeg Nations, and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Mississauga of the Credit lived here before us and continue to live here now. We recognize both our responsibility and obligation to the peoples on whose traditional territory we work, learn, and live. We encourage you to learn about the land you call home, recognizing the importance of educating ourselves about its true history, a knowledge that Indigenous people have shared for generations. Our presenters for today are Ruby, our marketing and communication manager, Rebecca, our director of programs, and myself, Christelle, the hackathon program manager. And for those who don't know me yet, I will be your point of contact once you sign up to create your coding clubs. So today's agenda will be first introducing Hackergal's mission and purpose. Then we'll be providing you with an overview of Hackergal's programs before presenting our new programming language for the 2024-2025 school year. And finally, we'll open the floor for your Q&A, where you can ask us all your questions. So please keep your questions until the end of the presentation, or you can feel free to put them in the chat. Our team will make sure to record them so we can respond to them later. I will now pass it over to Ruby, who will be introducing Hackergal, what we do and why.
Thanks, Christelle. So nice to see everyone on the call. So Hackergal is a Canadian charitable organization that introduces girls and gender diverse learners to free tech education and programming. We work directly with educators and community leaders to equip kids with tools to increase their understanding of coding. Since 2015, we have introduced over 29,000 learners to the world of tech. We also have over 2,000 passionate facilitators in our network. Hackergal is creating a national movement to close the gender gap in tech. Currently, women represent only 23% of STEM workers in Canada, and we are working to change that. We are inspiring Canadian girls and gender diverse learners to code, create, and become the tech leaders of tomorrow by providing an inclusive and safe space to learn. We use the I am a Hackergal hashtag to showcase to the world the power of being a Hackergal and being part of this movement. We've been featured in national news outlets across the country, and you can see some examples of those articles on the right of the slide here. And you can also take a look at our website at hackergal.org to read some of these articles. One exciting aspect of being part of our movement is for you to have the chance to be featured in many ways through our website and social media channels and spotlight features during our hackathon, which we'll talk a little bit more about in the coming slides.
Thank you so much, Ruby, for that great introduction. Now, I know they're all waiting to hear about what is our hackathon program. So again, some of you here are probably familiar with our program. So I know you've introduced yourself. Some of you mentioned that they've had some experience with the hackathon program before. And just to explain to the new ones here, the hackathon program is composed of two key components. We have the Hackergal Coding Club and the hackathon event. So together with the support of Hackergal, we'll all begin your coding club and plan for your hackathon event to empower your girls and gender diverse learners from grade 6 to 9 across Canada. So during the hackathon journey, your learners will develop their coding skills to prepare for the hackathon event that will be happening in April 2025. By that time, they will be all ready to create their innovative solutions using our coding languages, Scratch and HTML. Rebecca will provide more details on our coding languages as we move forward. Every year, there is a theme related to social impact. And for 2025, the theme is still a surprise, and it will be released in February when the hackathon registration opens. So stay tuned. So to sum it up, the hackathon offers this inclusive and supportive environment where the learners will build their confidence and their coding abilities. They will connect with like-minded peers across Canada, and they will engage with mentors and industry leaders, all this to foster this like a community that's dedicated to diversity and growth in technology. Now, what is a Hackergal coding club, and why should you start your coding club today? And what can you bring to your learners and your school by doing so? So as we saw, as we always say at Hackergal, it's like this: the coding clubs are the magic and the essence, and that's what makes everything. That's what makes it all happen. So by starting your coding club, you're first creating this inclusive, supportive space for girls and gender diverse learners, so they can connect, grow, and explore the exciting world of coding and technology. So you can have by doing so, you can have a very big impact in fun weekly sessions. Second, by starting your coding club, you're getting access to our free coding and digital skills resources and guidance. So once you sign up to create your coding club, you'll get access to an onboarding package, our dynamic courses and digital skills resources, a personalized guidance from our team, the opportunity to meet women in tech who will be visiting your coding clubs at your schools, the chance to be featured at our hackathon event, and other new promotional incentives that Ruby will be discussing later. Also, by joining your coding club, your learners will become part of a powerful national community. We at Hackergal are building this movement, and our goal is to equip every single coding club with all the resources that they need to host an unforgettable Hackergal hackathon at their schools and celebrate their as well as their learners' coding journey. And last but not least, by starting your coding club, you're empowering learners to change the world and breaking barriers by providing them with the tools and community needed to succeed in coding and technology. We want to make sure that you as a facilitator feel 100% welcome and encouraged, regardless of your coding background or experience. So you do not need any coding knowledge to start your coding club. If you do, that's amazing. But if you don't, we're here to support you every step of the way. So just for you to know how your coding club fits into our national event, the coding club prepares your learners by providing them with the space, as we mentioned, to learn together so they are equipped to participate in the hackathon. So what you see here on the screen is a general sense of the timeline. So this might vary for every school or teacher, and I can't wait to talk to you about how yours is going to look like specifically at your school. So in an ideal scenario, a coding club starts early in the school year and runs throughout the school year. And meanwhile, the club members will engage in the Scratch and HTML curriculum. They will build their communities. They will get to know each other. They will play games together. They will receive stickers and swag, and even enjoy a Women in Tech visit. However, we've also had coding clubs start later in the school year, and we're really, really hard to be ready, fully ready and equipped for the hackathon. So if you want to learn more, we can book a one-on-one call and get into more details of how this might look like for your school. The hackathon event, that's our exciting event that will happen on the week of April 28th, 2025. So please mark your calendars. At a glance, this is some of the things you can get excited about. This year, we have one big hackathon day. For those who have done our programs previously, you know that this kind of like looks a bit different than previous years. So during this day, you'll book your space, you'll invite your learners to code, we'll celebrate together and meet other coding clubs and women in tech across Canada. We will provide you with everything you need to plan for this day. It is really what you make it. And like the ultimate goal is for you and your learners to feel celebrated during this day. Just as some examples, in some past events, we've had boards, divisions, district-wide hackathon where teachers with clubs across the region all came together. So we're very happy to support like your school or even like large-scale board-wide club initiatives. Later that week, on Saturday, we will host a National Pitch Day, and that's the first time we host a National Pitch Day, and we're so excited about this, where selected learners will have the opportunity to present their projects in front of an expert panel consisting of women in tech. The panel will be able to provide the learners with all the valuable feedback and tips on how to improve their projects before submitting them at the end of the week. At the end of the week, all projects are submitted. Our judges will be able to review them, and winners will be announced the week after. Again, I'm always available to answer any questions related to Hackathon, either at the end of this webinar today or later on a one-on-one or anytime by email. I will pass it over now to Rebecca to talk about the amazing Hub courses.
Hi, everyone. It's very nice to meet you all virtually, at least, and looking forward to hearing some of your questions and getting to interact a little bit at the end of the session and just celebrate learning all of this at this wonderful point in the year and imagining all the incredible things we can do together going forward. I'm presenting this material. I cannot take credit for it on behalf of Michelle, our amazing curriculum manager, who is a former teacher, and she spends her time at Hackergal designing and delivering really impactful resources that are very intentionally created with, outcomes in mind and curriculums in mind from across the country. She creates those resources for our national community, and they are hosted on our incredible learning management system, Hackergal Hub. Some of you may be familiar with this already, so forgive me for repeating myself. It's a free online learning platform that will equip girls and gender diverse learners with the tools they need to lead their own coding journeys. It will equip you with a dashboard where you can monitor your learners' progress through some of the courses that we have on offer. The courses are made up of interactive lessons and lessons plans, which you have access to guide your own creation of the material in your space, in your coding club. Coding video hub with ambassador role models for them to get inspired by, announcements, exciting events, and hackathon toolkits, like Christelle was mentioning, to prepare you for hosting some of these events in your classroom, in your community. If we can move on to the next slide there, perfect. Hackergal's core curriculum on the Hub does provide structured and foundational coding courses that are designed to guide learners through key programming concepts. These project-based courses include progressive lessons where learners build out meaningful and interactive projects from start to finish. Currently, we provide courses on Scratch programming, which is new this year. It's our introductory and advanced courses. They teach learners how to create games and projects. That keyword interactivity keeps coming up because we always want to keep them engaged and interested, knowing it's a bit of a tough audience sometimes, wanting to make sure they're really eager to participate in this. Block-based coding, it's something that some of you may be familiar with, eager to hear about that on the call a little bit later. The Scratch programming courses not only support these learners in developing their coding skills, but also exploring important concepts of problem solving and creativity, those future-ready competencies that guide everything that we do. Secondly, we have our web development, which HTML and CSS. This is very exciting. Learners will be able to explore the basics of web design, covering how to structure and style their very own website. This course will be released in January 2025, so you have to hold on a little bit longer and be patient, but it will be out there in the new year, and it's going to lay a very strong foundation for those looking to explore web design and website creation. We know that's very popular amongst the learners, so answering their questions and their calls for more interactive programming on HTML, and this is the product of that, and it's very exciting for all of us. In addition to this core curriculum, we can move on to the next slide. We have optional curriculum as well. This optional curriculum offers learners the opportunity to explore additional areas of interest and deepen their skills in specialized topics. So we include a graphic design course using PixLR, which some of you may have heard of already. Through graphic design courses, learners will understand the basics of graphic design and combine creativity and tech to develop digital designs. This is particularly important for learners who are maybe more leaning towards arts, but would like to explore STEAM. This is a great way for them to engage. We also have a mobile app development with MIT App Inventor, which is very exciting. This course enables learners to design and develop their own fully functional mobile application, which I'm sure you can imagine would be really exciting for them. And on our next slide, we talk about the Explore section. So the Explore section on the Hackergal Hub is a space that's designed to inspire learners by showcasing exciting opportunities, resources, and real-world examples of women in technology. It offers a variety of features to encourage learners to dive deeper into STEAM subjects and discover new ways to apply their coding and digital skills. I'll pass it over to Ruby now. I know there's a lot on the screen, and I'm sure you're going to want to dig into that a little bit more. We can always return to this slide, but feel free to take it away, Ruby. I'll pass it over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Rebecca. So along with all the amazing things that Rebecca and Christelle have shared so far, there are also lots of ways to get involved with promotional and marketing efforts this year. So this year, we will be focusing on highlighting our community and sharing inspirational stories as the real voices in tech. So I'm just going to share some examples of ways you can get involved with marketing. So we have our Hackergal's monthly Voice in Tech, which is a learner spotlight. So learners will be able to submit their projects for a chance to be featured in Project of the Month on the Hub, or our monthly Voice in Tech on our social media channels. We also have our Tech Talent Showcase. So coding clubs and facilitators can be featured on our website, newsletter, and social media. We have in-person coding club visits. So you and your learners will have the chance to be interviewed and showcased in promotional videos. We also have our leaderboard. So your coding club will have the chance to be featured on the leaderboard on our website. And we will have several opportunities for you to be featured on our blog and social media throughout the year. We will send details about all of these exciting opportunities with our onboarding package. So I'd love to hear from you which social media channels you use. So send me your handle in the chat, and we'd love to follow you along with your coding journey. And I'll pass it on to Christelle to talk about the Ambassador Program.
Thank you, Ruby. Those are very exciting and new incentives. And yeah, looking forward to seeing the first coding club that will be featured on a national scale level on our social media. So the journey doesn't end here, and really enjoy supporting the learners who are older as well. Please keep in mind that if your learners have participated in a hackathon program or have been part of coding clubs, they are eligible to apply for the following two programs as well. The first one is the Ambassador Program. It is a multi-year program experience that empowers girls and gender diverse learners in grade 9 to 12 with the skills, tools, and confidence that they need to pave their way for a better future. The focus of this high school program is on leadership, mentorship, growth in professional skills, career exploration, and networking. We also have a scholarship program. So since 2023, we have provided $20,000 to 4 incredible hacker gals through our Hackergal scholarships, and they're all currently pursuing STEAM post-secondary studies in universities across Canada. Learners are eligible to apply if they are in grade 12, entering post-secondary and having participated in Hackergal programming, whether it's the Hackathon program or the Ambassador program. So as you can see, Hackergal takes the wraparound support of our learners very seriously, and we are so glad that we can support them long-term in this special way. So how can you start your coding club? The first step to starting a coding club, and that's new for a returning facilitator, is to start by signing up by filling in this form. It's either you scan the QR code, and Rebecca will be sending the link in the chat as well. That would be the first step. Once you register, I will get in touch with you to support you on the next steps and provide you with, like, maybe we can jump on a call, and then I can provide you with a facilitator onboarding package. So I can support you closely throughout this journey. So as you can see this year, we're providing a very personalized, one-on-one, customized support to all our coding clubs. And we'd love to see you as part of our new coding clubs. We will now stop the recording. Thank you for listening to this presentation and open the room for questions. So feel free to either unmute yourself or ask your questions in the